Respected Chairman of University Board, Professor Sui Gangjian, Guangdong University of Foreign Studies, Honorable President, Professor Shi Yuki, Guangdong University of Foreign Studies, Professor Jong Hee Kim, Director, International Exchange Center, Dongseo University, distinguished participants, guests, good afternoon to all of you. It is an honor and privilege for me to be a part of this esteemed conference, the 13th Asian University President Forum, as a speaker on emotional intelligence and higher education under the area of artificial intelligence, transformation and development of higher education in Asia, which has been organized by the Asian University President Forum and Guangdong University of Foreign Studies, China. Dear colleagues, there is not a single aspect of education that has been investigated more than that of the effectiveness in higher education and classroom teaching in the world. During the last 50 years, hundreds of thousands of research studies have been conducted on this phenomenon. These studies covered teachers' personality and characteristics, teaching methods, students' learning, and classroom interactions, which are connected to social emotional climate, group influence, leadership behavior, verbal behavior, emotional intelligence of teachers and students, and teaching techniques and strategies. Among these phenomena, emotional intelligence and the effectiveness in classroom teaching is an important aspect of every teacher in today's world, especially at the tertiary level of education. Without the efficiency and effectiveness of classroom teaching, a teacher cannot make the class outcome-based and be accepted by the learners. Now, the question is, why is emotional intelligence important in higher education? Emotional intelligence is concerned with the ability to perceive, understand, and manage emotion, both in ourselves and others. In teaching learning process, we need to ensure that our students are aware of emotional intelligence. We also need to give them opportunities to develop emotional intelligence so that they achieve their aspirations for the future, particularly in relation to work. Empirical research demonstrates that higher levels of emotional intelligence are related to better work performance, engagement, decision making, stress resilience, conflict management, team working, and leadership. Providing students with emotional intelligence training can result in more positive outcomes in a job recruitment situation too. Study also found that students with higher levels of emotional intelligence go on to earn better salaries 10 to 12 years after graduation. Therefore, for the success in career, we need to prepare our students in such a way so that they can emotionally be stable and intelligent and become successful in their future careers. Dear participants, the objectives for learning can be grouped into three major domains: cognitive domains, psychomotor domain, and affective domain. Benjamin S. Bloom and his associates developed six-level taxonomy for cognitive domain of learning, from the lowest level knowledge, that is memorizing, to more complex intellectual levels like comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation, and creating as the most complex learning activity that can be performed to show one's learning mastery. Dear participants, along with these learning domains, intelligent quotient, that means IQ, and emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, EQ or EI, have significant influence on teaching learning process in teaching our students. IQ is a measure of a person's reasoning ability. In short, it is supposed to test how well someone can use information and logic to answer questions to make predictions. IQ tests begin to assess this by measuring short and long-term memory of the learners. IQ test addresses one's overall verbal and non-verbal abilities to learn. Leaders have identified 4 aspects of IQ, such as verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed. Experience shows that every student can learn, no matter how intelligent he or she is. But some students struggle to learn because of the weakness in one specific area of intelligence. These students often benefit from special education programs. From there, they get extra help in the areas where they are struggling. IQ tests can help teachers figure out which students would benefit from such extra help. IQ tests can predict how well people will do in particular situations, such as thinking abstractly in science, engineering, or arts, or leading teams at work. Dear participants, along with other aspects in higher education, emotional intelligence got emphasized by the researchers in recent years for making the teaching learning process more effective and for better understanding of the learners, and that eventually helps in understanding their self-strengths and weaknesses, self-motivation, empathy, and society where they live. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage our own emotions in positive way, to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. It also helps build stronger relationships, succeed at work, and achieve our career and personal goals. It can help us to connect with our own feelings, turn intention into action, and make informed decisions about what matters most to us. Literally, emotional intelligence is commonly defined by 4 attributes, such as self management. It means that we are able to control spontaneous feelings and behaviors, manage our emotions in healthy ways, take initiative, follow through on commitments, and adapt to changing circumstances. Self awareness means we recognize our own emotions and also analyze how they affect our thoughts and behavior. Social awareness means empathy. Social awareness, we can understand the emotions, needs, and concerns of other people, pick up on emotional cues or indications, feel comfortable socially, and recognize the power dynamics in a group or organization. And relationship management means we know how to develop and maintain good relationships with others, communicate clearly, inspire and influence others, respect others' feelings, work well in a team, and manage conflict. Now, the question is how emotional intelligence generally affects our lives. Emotional intelligence affects our life in numerous ways, such as it can affect our life at our in our performance, such as it can affect our life at our work. That means performance at work. High emotional intelligence can help us navigate the social complexities of the workplace and lead and motivate others and excel in our careers. Physical health. If we are unable to manage our emotions, we are probably not managing our stress either. This can lead to serious health problems. Uncontrolled stress raises blood pressure, suppresses the immune system, increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes, contributes to infertility, and speeds up the aging process. Mental health. Uncontrolled emotions and stress can also impact our mental health, making us vulnerable to anxiety and depression. If we are unable to understand, get comfortable with, or manage our emotions, we will also struggle to form strong relationships. This in turn can leave us feeling lonely and isolated and further exacerbate any mental health problems. Relationships with others. By understanding our emotions and how to control them, we are better able to express how we feel and understand how others are feeling. This allows us to communicate more effectively and forge stronger relationships both at work and in our personal lives. And Social intelligence, being in tune with our emotions, serves a social purpose, connecting us to other people and the world around us. Social intelligence enables us to recognize friend from foe, measure another person's interest in us, reduce stress, balance our nervous system through social communication, and feel us loved and happy. Dear colleagues, as we know, it is not the smartest people who are the most successful or the most fulfilled in life. We know people who are academically brilliant and now unsuccessful at work or in their personal relationships. Their intellectual ability or intelligent quotient IQ is not enough on its own to achieve success in their lives. Our higher level of IQ can help us to get into college or to start a good job, but it's our EQ or emotional quotient or intelligence that helps us to manage our stresses and emotions when we face problems at work. Therefore, we can say that both IQ and EQ or EI are important for being effective at work. IQ and EQ exist in tandem and are most effective when they build off one another. So, the success is the function of IQ and EQ, not only IQ. Distinguished participants, you are all leaders, mentors, advisors, motivators, and experts in the teaching learning process in higher education. And I am fully confident that your knowledge, experience, and expertise will provide important insights on understanding and managing emotions of the learners after this conference. I thank the participants representing many universities, business institutes, academia, and corporate houses of the world who will share their knowledge and experience with the participants and ensure an outcome that is grounded in the concrete realities of increasing the effectiveness in teaching learning process at the tertiary level of education by addressing emotional intelligence in classroom. I would like to conclude by again thanking the conference authority and organizers who has honored me by inviting as a keynote speaker at this August gathering of intellectuals of the world. Thank you all.